Hey everybody, Super Carter here again, going over some strategies in Frozen Synapse. This particular one was versus LinkBro, who had just gotten into it. I swear, I swear, I play people who are in the below 1,000, who are in the top 1,000. I swear. I know it doesn't seem like it because all the videos are of like 10,000s or 100,000, I guess, people, but nevertheless, this one had a lot of good strategies, so that's why I chose it. And just a lot of considerations that you have to make. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, let's see, let's go back to the beginning here. Now, this one, I was kind of pissed off when I first saw this because he kind of had a bunch of cover right around his area, and he was really close to these center buildings. Whereas I was far away from all my cover and was far away from all these buildings. So there is a huge potential here for getting owned. And I was I was pretty mad, but it ended up working out just because I made some key choices, and this guy was terrible. Not terrible, just inexperienced. Because the problem was, if I stayed behind and just tried to hang out in these buildings right here, it would only give me cover for maybe 2 or 3 turns before he realized I was there because he hadn't seen me anywhere else and started lobbing grenades in there. And once that starts happening, there isn't much I can do because there's nowhere to run. And so the only other viable option is trying to advance far enough down here that you can start engaging him and essentially negate his the usefulness of his grenade launcher. So I had decided after some sims that running up it would be the best option. So one of my riflemen I sent down over here because I assumed that if I avoided this area that would be good, because even if he posted a guy there it wouldn't matter. But if he didn't go cover that area, then I wouldn't be susceptible to any attacks. So I just brought him down, set him right here, and pointed him this direction. And then my second rifleman, I had try to run down right here the first turn, and the goal of that was, like I said before, just to try and get a nice advanced position on LinkBro, so I could try and negate his. And negate meaning take out, destroy his grenade launcher as soon as possible. And then my grenade launcher guy, he was too far away to because since you do want to try and shoot at the beginning of your turn, he was too far away to do anything effective. So I ended up just running him right up to this corner, because I figured after that turn he'd be good, and unless the other guy got lucky and lobbed a grenade in this room, then I'd be able to use him the next turn and be able to shoot him off at the beginning. Anyways, so yeah, that's what happened there. And my enemy, LinkBro, he did an okay job at setting up. He made a couple big errors. One was putting both these guys essentially in the same corridor. Just putting him there would have been ideal because he covers this whole room. And so my guys can't come around the corner while he's pointing in there. He'll get the jump on me. So he should have brought this machine gunner down here, ideally. I mean, or up here. That wouldn't have been a bad option for him, but certainly not in this case, since I moved all my units towards the bottom of the map. Because he needed some more cover down here, because leaving your grenade launcher out in the middle of nowhere by himself is usually not the best thing to do. Now, sometimes it can't be avoided just because of strategies or if you lose all your units, but he shouldn't have done that. It was good that he didn't decide to shoot his grenade launcher yet, so we can save it for the next turn. So by this time I knew that the grenade launcher was heading this way because I had a silhouette about where my mouse is, and I saw this guy. I didn't know where he was, so considering that, I figured this guy would either be right here or maybe running around like right around this room / building. So in order to cover for that, I decided to move him up here, because then he could cover kind of this area, but of course not far enough like move him right here. You can see. Moved him right there so that this guy wouldn't be able to shoot him, but if this guy soldier moved forward, I would get the jump on him. The next, I worked on my next machine gunner, and it was the kind of a same situation here where I knew his grenade launcher guy was down around this corner. Oops. Anyways, yeah, I knew his grenade launcher was down around this corner, so I figured he'd try to get a shot off since he could see this guy. Either down this path, hallway, or into this room. So this path is all kind of convoluted since it includes all my turns. But ultimately what I decided was it was too risky to try and run straight at him and take him out, which is a good option, just not with the distance I had in between me and him. So I ducked down behind this wall, and then you can see I have a timer right here. I waited for some time, and then I came back around here. And I timed it so that my grenade launcher would have already got his shot off, and then possibly killed this guy. So he'd come around the corner after this guy would probably be dead. So that's what I did right there.
Hostile neutralized.
And so yeah, you see my guy, he just like bounced out and then back in real quick, just in case, so we could clean up that guy if he had not been killed. And so I was really actually quite surprised that he hadn't shot his grenade launcher, as I think that's just a lack of experience, because he definitely should have taken a shot. Maybe he didn't realize I'd seen him and he thought he was hiding in the corner. But yeah, that's unfortunate on his part. So next, I just had to worry about this, the grenade launcher. I didn't want him to launch up here. But luckily, this guy was super close, so there was essentially no way this guy was going to get a shot off up into this hallway without this guy shooting first. So this guy, or this machine gunner, was really the only problem I had left, because I was worried that he would end up running all the way up here and taking out this guy while I tried to shoot around the corner, or shoot this guy in the back. So I ended up backing this guy up. I kept him aiming down this hallway just in case this guy popped out up until this location, when I had him point out this way so we could both cover this doorway and this corridor right here, just in case this guy came running around, but he would still be out of range of him, and so this guy couldn't shoot him as he was advancing back. And then my grenade launcher, as I showed you before, is just going to shoot around the corner, so if he stays there, he's a dead man.
Hostile neutralized. Hostile neutralized.
Alright, so it pretty much worked out absolutely perfectly for me right there. Zelda Bro should have moved that guy. That actually wasn't a bad option to try and take out a guy, one of my guys, with the grenade, because he probably knew that he was dead, so it wasn't a bad option, but luckily I was able to skirt around that one. And yeah, so this game had a lot of luck in it for me, mostly just because the other guy was new and he didn't have much experience. But there's also a lot of good things that you can glean from this, such as just advance quickly versus hold back, and in this case, since it was a small map, I decided to advance quickly and it worked out well for me. Alright, well, I will get some more videos up soon with commentaries and no commentaries, because sometimes commentary isn't needed. They're pretty self-explanatory. So, if you have any requests of games you'd like me to go over strategies, or if you just want to send me one of your games, go ahead and hit me up. I'll see you guys later.